One of the things I was noticing about a key search element that kept coming back in the last 24 hours in YouTube was to figure out or get an input on how critical is meditation for success in business. And another one very closely related to that was how critical is meditation for abundance. Now, as someone who's been doing this for several years, I think I have a few things I want to share, and do come back and comment on the in the box below if this explanation resonated with you or what you think about it. So overall, I think the questions are somewhat limited in their scope because meditation is as essential to the self as, let's say, oxygen is to the body. Now, we have to understand that the body, as such, gets its energy from three critical places. One is food, another is sleep, food for the body, and also oxygen. Second is sleep, and the third is rest in the form of mental or spiritual connect. Now, when I say that, it could get a little interesting as we go into details. I'll share some more. We have to understand that one of the biggest consumers, the highest expenditure of energy in the human body is in the brain. And I'm not sure how well this is documented, but I think it's about 60 to 65% or so of the energy we consume of various forms, the three forms that I stated above, actually gets spent by the brain, which is almost a very small portion of the human body in terms of organs. But the amount of thinking and the amount of overthinking, especially that we do these days, it's very obvious how much energy gets spent, and no wonder we keep looking for get high on small things, energy boosters, those kinds of things. But really, what's happening is the highest amount of energy is consumed by the brain, and the only way to resolve this is by giving the brain adequate rest. And rest comes essentially in the form of sleep, but also in the form of meditation. Now, when you sleep 7 hours or 8 hours a day, at a physical plane, there's ample rest that the body gets, and you get the feeling that all is well. But a deeper connect with the self, which is really our way of connecting with the Creator, comes in the form of meditation. It also could come in the form of prayer, but in my experience, the deepest form of rest comes from meditation. And there are various kinds of meditation, and we'll not get into that now. But this kind of a mechanism to provide a deeper rest, a very deep sense of rest, is actually hugely rejuvenating. It's not just restful, it's not just restfulness, but it's extraordinarily higher level of rejuvenation. When that happens, you'll be surprised. The mind and the body suddenly are in a super energetic state, but also very calm. And not just that, you suddenly have the ability to solve, or if there's a crisis, or even if it's a regular problem where you have not been able to get a solution to what you're thinking of, suddenly you seem to have gotten a solution where you now have the ability to not just solve it but go beyond it. Other manifestations of this happen in the form of meetings. For example, if a regular meditator and so on, if you're at a meeting, you have a deeper impact, and everything you say and do seems to have a bit of an aura of some sort of a speciality in it, which may or may not be very noticeable, but you will feel it as someone who's gone through it. The other thing that I've seen is, when you enter an environment, let's say a boardroom or a meeting place or a conference room or something, if there is something extraordinarily negative or something that is hurtful or something dangerous, as a regular meditator, you suddenly pick that signal. Not that you're looking for it or you're desperate for cracking something or anything, but you'll start getting a vibe that tells you to either just lay off or just quietly exit the place or just go deeper and be highly observant. I've seen these kinds of things happen in both business, non-business situations, as well as just generally in life. And sometimes it's life-saving, but it's always energy-saving. So those are some of the thoughts I thought I should share here. And there's another aspect of abundance, which also I want to tell you. Fundamentally, the one of the big mistakes we make is that we create this huge circle around us, and we think that the world begins and ends with us or our immediate circle. And that is the reason we have so much of extraordinary importance given to ourselves, our family, our kids, and all of energy and thinking and interaction ends with that. We draw this circle around us, and we just live our entire life in this balloon or zone without realizing that there is no such thing. It's kind of funny, but in reality, that arc that you draw as a boundary should be infinite, because there is really no difference between you and others. And that boundary should be the 8 billion people and all the creatures and living beings on the planet. That's really what it should be. But we have this tendency of me, myself, and my dear ones and my loved ones and so on. That's part of the reason abundance becomes elusive, because you're thinking of this one little grain of rice in a huge bowl with let's say 100,000 rice granules in it. It's almost like that. But nature and the universe doesn't work that way. Nature and the universe works as one. The entire nature or the universe works like one organism. So you should also experience it as a part of the whole. When you experience it as a part of the whole, then all you'll have is abundance. And that abundance is not necessarily what comes to you, it's what's available. And whenever it comes to you, you will also start experiencing the joy of giving. And believe it or not, all of this manifests slowly and definitely as you do the regular meditation. And we're just talking about 10 minutes a day. You don't have to do 2.5 hours of meditation every day. Even if you do 10 minutes, and you could do this anywhere. You could do this inside a plane, in a train, and like I'm sitting now in a cab, um, anywhere. So those are some of the key thoughts I thought I would share with you. And I'm pretty sure this will be helpful, whether you're a startup guy or an entrepreneur or just an individual or a student or a business owner. Meditation is something that's as fundamental to your mind and brain as oxygen is to the body. More on this as we move forward. Take care. Good day. God bless.